going on, everybody? What is going on? The Catch fam. Hope you guys are doing phenomenal. Hope you guys are ready for week 2's official action. It is Sunday. Football is here. One game down on the week, but we've got a full Sunday slate for week 2 of the NFL season and of the fantasy season. So, you know what we're going to do? We're going to go through whatever you guys need, answer any fantasy football questions that you guys have, and figure out who we should be starting and sitting, looking at rosters, trade questions, whatever you guys need, last minute injury updates, weather updates, whatever it may be. We've got about half an hour until Sunday's slate kicks off. So get in the live chat. Let us know what you guys need. Let's have some fun. Let's talk some fantasy football. All right. Evan Engram is out, in case you guys have not heard. So, sustained a hamstring injury in pregame warmups, has been ruled out. So, we got this like 20 minutes ago. That was the theme of last night's stream. Fantasy football is pain.
This is just so bad. Like, because tight end's already a position where there is zero depth out there on the waiver wire to pick up. And he was a guy who wasn't even on the report, obviously, all week. So it's like, I wasn't even ready for this.
Yeah, plus, like, you own a guy like Evan Engram, you just want to roster one tight end, you know? And, like, if you guys need a streaming option, Colby Parkinson, if he's still out there, is the best streaming option, I think. Look at one of the Saints tight ends. I'm a little washy on them. Luke Schoonmaker might have an opportunity. It's not a great matchup against the Saints, but he's going to fill in for Ferguson, so might be something there. You can always take a dart throw at a guy like just a touchdown or bust guy like Hayden Hurst or Cole Kmet. But yeah, like Pete said, it's pretty thin out there. Tyler Conklin had just 2 targets week 1. He gets the Titans. It's not great, but let us know what's out there or what you think you may need to do at tight end if you are an Evan Engram owner. On the flip side, the good news, so to speak, I guess, is that A.J. Brown has been ruled out for Monday Night Football. So we at least know that A.J. Brown's not going to play, and we don't have to kind of sit around and try and work around that. He is donezo for the week, which is still bad, but
it's good. We can work around that. We were shooting blind last night where everyone's like, who do I start if AJ Brown's like, well, we don't know if AJ Brown's going to play or not. But I said I felt like he wasn't going to play. Eagles did us a real solid there saying he's out. So we'll be able to adjust to that.
Absolutely. So there's your 2 big updates. And let's talk some fantasy football. All right, Mr. Sarcastic, what's going on? Terry or Brian Thomas Jr. So I think this is a good week to start Scary Terry. It's just too good of a matchup to kind of pass up. I still like Brian Thomas Jr., but I don't know. 4 targets, did as much as he could with them. 4 receptions, touchdown. I just don't know if Brian Thomas Jr.'s what his volume is going to be like, and then what happens if he doesn't score a touchdown, you know, which it's not an awful matchup against the Browns this week. Plus, we know Evan Engram's not going to play, but Engram only had 2 targets last week, I think. So does that even really matter? I don't know. I still like Brian Thomas Jr., but I think there's, you know, we want to look for a little bit of a bigger sample size potentially. So kind of torn. I think I'd go Terry due to matchup. Why is the waiver closed in Dynasty League? Which Dynasty League? I'll take a look. Cats, what's going on? We got full PPR. Mason, Neighbors, or Dobbins.
Oh, it's tough.
Definitely like 3 of my favorite players this week. 3 guys I consider must starts. But PPR, I think you're right. I think you go Neighbors. But honestly, I think any of these guys could outscore each other. Once again, all 3 very solid starts. McDouble, Kamara, or Jacobs? I'd probably go Jacobs. I know Pete not as high on Jacobs.
I mean, he's the only one that's going to get the ball. Like,
Yeah.
Jacobs probably going to have 30 carries this week if they want any shot at winning this game. So, yeah. And Cowboys defense good.
Yeah. I don't dislike Kamara, but the matchup is much better for Jacobs. If the Packers are on the road, I'd be like, I'd probably feel differently. But yeah, the volume's going to be here for Jacobs, and the Colts defense is not good and not good against the run. So they might be.
I will say there is some opportunity for Kamara to catch the ball because the Cowboys linebackers aren't great in coverage. That's about it, though. Yeah. They ain't gonna be able to run the ball.
I'll still say this. I mean, Jacobs is the floor and Kamara is the upside play. So you could end up getting more out of Kamara. Since Ingram is out, should I start Dallas, Goddard, or Colby Parkinson?
Goddard, right?
Yeah, I still go with Goddard. And I mean, plenty of opportunity for Parkinson this week. But the Cardinals are like not bad against the tight end position.
Yeah, they're like 15.
Yeah. Remember Kincaid, did nothing week 1. So, and last year they were good against tight ends. So, Parkinson's fine, but I would just start Dallas Goddard. So, Mr. Skurs, good luck today to you. ETN or Monty? Ooh, I think I still lean ETN here. I think I'll go ETN. Trust the process.
Bad. Browns awful in the red zone. Worst red zone defense in football last year, especially on the road. So ETN touchdowns.
I think his floor is still fine. I like Monty this week because I like the game script, but in the Bucks run defense looked awful last week, to say the least. So, but I think I still go ETN. How do you hurt your hamstring in warm-ups? Yeah, I'm definitely not the most limber person, so I'm not the person to ask. But, yeah, this sucks. I mean, it's definitely not good. I filmed that video last night, stayed up late to get it out this morning. Wanted to see how having a total summary of the week would do first thing in the morning. And then, of course, I can't even get it away without now there's something major.
There's two major things. Yeah, two major things.
Terrell, Fields or Murray? I'm still going Kyler here.
Yeah.
I think there's plenty of good opportunity for Fields coming up, and I think he's going to remain the starter, but you got to go Kyler here.
One guy can throw the football, the other guy can't, and they both can run.
They both can run. This is true. Would you start Mondre or Brian Robinson? Oliver, I go Brian Robinson.
Ooh, okay, yeah. Seahawks D is kind of good. Seahawks D looked pretty good last week.
Yeah, that's a game that I think is going to be more defensive than anything. Both defenses good week 1. But yeah, Brian Robinson Jr. against the Giants is just like...
Giants front D bad. Yeah, Giants front D is bad.
Brian Robinson's been a must start all week, so... Diego going B-Tom since AJ Brown is out. DeAndre Swift's my other option. Yes, I will go Brian Thomas Jr. And I am a DeAndre Swift fan, but right now my panic meter on Swift is high. So with Ingram out, should I go Ertz, Hurst, or Nkonkwo? So here's what you have to think about, Richard. You're in a touchdown or bust situation. Like if these guys don't score a touchdown, then you're in a tough spot. I would probably just go Zach Ertz. He's had 5 fantasy points, I think, in week 1. So it's like, in another sense, you're also just looking for points, because the volume on all these guys is super low. I know Chicken Conco scored in week 1, but that, in my opinion, makes it less likely he scores this week because he doesn't score. Hurst did Like nothing.
That's a wing and a prayer. I think Zach. Plus, it's a decent matchup. Like,
And
I know Laporta didn't do anything last week against the Rams, but they didn't even look at Laporta last week.
So Hurst was on the field for 61% of snaps, and then Will Dissly was on the field for 44%. So it's 3 targets to Hurst, 5 points, which I guess my argument like here still stands with Ertz. It's 5 points for Hurst, but then Will Dissly had, just 1 target, but he's still on the field for close to half the snaps. So, no matter what, you're really crossing your fingers. I'll say this much: in a 16-man league that I'm in, I drafted Luke Musgrave, and
Same.
now I'm starting Zach Ertz. So, he gets the Giants, then the Bengals, then the Cardinals. So I think like just go Zach Ertz, and then maybe he has some opportunity in the next 3 weeks. So find out. Pick one: Deontay, Shaheed, Dortch, or Jacoby. What's up, Chase? I do think there's some interesting opportunity for the torch, Greg Dortch here. Shaheed, listen, I like Shaheed, but I'm telling you guys, we got to remain cautious with starting Rashid Shaheed. If we're seeing him getting high volume and or scoring multiple weeks in a row, then that's one thing. But I've been on the Shaheed experience before. I've been on this train before, and it's a little concerning at times, volatile. So I think I might just take the floor and go Deontay, but I could understand not wanting to go Deontay. If you want some upside, go Shaheed. If you want probably a similar floor, I go Greg Dortch. So this is a tough choice. If you feel like you need the upside, sure, just roll with Shaheed, but understand that he could have a low ceiling. You just never know. I'm an Evan Ingram owner since AJ's out. Okay, so we went Goddard on this one. Worthy or Brian Thomas Jr. with Ingram out. So I know a lot of people are going to make the assumption that, once again, with Ingram out, Brian Thomas Jr. or maybe even Christian Kirk better options this week. But once again, Ingram last week was like a ghost. So I don't exactly know if it matters. He had 4 targets, so I more than I thought, but just 1 reception on the field for 68% of snaps. So, but I will say I probably still prefer Brian Thomas Jr. over Worthy. Worthy's the upside play here, but lower volume for Worthy week 1.
Where do I have? I have to look. I have Brian Thomas Jr. somewhere now. I got to look. Maybe I got to put him in my lineup in one of my leagues.
Yeah, check your lineups, guys. All right, Jason at the bottom of the chat. Thank you for the super chat. PPR pick 2, Mason, Gibbs, or Henry. Tough. Some people aren't going to like this, but I'm going to say to bench Jordan Mason here. Listen, Mason's a great start this week, but he still has the worst matchup out of all 3 of these guys. And like this is going to be one of those weeks where we are reminded that Derrick Henry is really good at football. The Raiders' run defense is bad. The Ravens are at home. This could be a 2-touchdown day for Henry. And like you just can't bitch Gibbs. The volume's too good. It's a good game script here once again. Good matchup against the Bucs. They looked bad against the run in week 1. I think Mason's great, but he has the worst matchup here. The Vikings allowed the 4th fewest fantasy points in week 1 to running backs, and they were good against the run last year. Listen, Mason is not a bad start. But I talked about this in the video I put out this morning. It's like some of you guys are going to be in a position where you drafted Mason super late, or you picked him up off the waiver wire and you got studs in front of him. And I get it, but you got to go Henry and Gibbs here. That's my opinion. Mason's still good. That's my opinion. Let's see here. AJ Brown is out. Who do I flex? PPR. Dotson. Ray. Mooney. Myers, Uzavis, Likely, Palmer, Colby, flex, Isaiah Likely in the circumstance. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You got to go Likely. Maybe one of the Falcons wide receivers is interesting here. I don't want you to experiment. Maybe Dotson.
No, yeah. I'm a little nervous about London, but
yeah,
So let's not get crazy.
Palmer might not even play, but yeah, you definitely go likely here for sure. Ace, what's up? Would y'all start Purdy or Fields? You know, Pete.
Purdy.
The Vikings
Purdy,
allowed the
we
fewest
got it.
fantasy
It's Daniel
points.
Jones. It's Daniel Jones. It's Daniel Jones. Like
I
the
know.
only way the Niners are going to win this game is if Purdy can throw the ball. Like Minnesota's DBs aren't very good. Justin Fields can't throw, guys. Justin Fields is trash. There's nothing I saw last week that told me Justin Fields is good at football.
Yes, it's still Purdy here. Don't feed into the Daniel Jones stat line. Ford or Dell in the flex. Ford for a floor. He's a good start this week. If you want more upside, then roll with Tank Dell. I do think Tank Dell's going to have a good game. Alan, good afternoon to you. Pitts or Bowers? It's a tough one. I think, like right now, if you have Pitts and Bowers as your tight ends, you probably feel pretty good, considering the atmosphere we've got at tight end. I'll say this much: I might go Bowers because Pitts scored last week, and outside of that, he has 3 targets and 3 receptions. I mean, if we take away the touchdown, he has just 2 receptions in that game. So he was a lucky Falcon who scored. Bowers' usage was higher, and I think that game script, I mean, both game scripts are good here, but I do think the Raiders will be playing from behind, needing to throw the football for sure. So I'll go Bowers. But Pitts is still fine. Someone answer quick. Metcalf or Brian Thomas Jr. Ingram is out. Scared about DK getting locked up. Yeah, it's not a great matchup for DK Metcalf. I think he's still like the only real like startable Seahawk just because he's still Metcalf. So I'll say Metcalf for a 4, B Tom for upside. If you're concerned about the matchup, then listen to that. Listen to your heart, and play Brian Thomas Jr. Trust your gut. That's what the first year of the channel, I used to always say, trust your gut. Do it. Chargers or Niners? I'm going to go with the Chargers. Yeah. Niners defense is good. They have plenty of very good players. They're not particularly always a great fantasy defense. And they're on the road.
And they're playing against Justin Jefferson. Like, Justin Jefferson could just do something goofy and go crazy.
I mean, and you look at, like, the Niners played fine defensively last week, but then, end of the game, they kind of bend. I mean, they're like bottom 8 against wide receivers in fantasy because of the, Alan Lazard show. So, but yeah, the Chargers just have a great opportunity. I mean, we're going to stream against the Panthers until further notice. RZ, RB2 in a flex, White, Charbs, Worthy. For me, it's White and Worthy. Yeah. I still think, once again, guys, Worthy is very, very risky. I mean, you really break down last week. He's very risky. But you drafted him to be a risky boomer bust guy. If you want a floor, just start Charbs, but like.
It's a horrible matchup for Charbs is the problem.
It is. And I go for the upside here. Simp, AJ's out. Do I put in Pickens, B Tom, or Sutton? I probably would still just roll with Pickens. I mean, B Tom is fine. But I probably just roll with Pickens. At the end of the day, when it comes to Pickens,
I don't know, man. I like that at first. Like Pickens is going against he's gonna have Surtain on him all game, and Surtain is the first or second best corner in the league.
It's true. I mean, I was gonna say, the worst case scenario here, Pickens has guaranteed volume. Like we saw that for sure. Yes, the matchup is bad because of Pat Surtain, and yes, the quarterback play might not be great because of Justin Fields, but at least the volume's there.
Is there a universe where they don't even throw a pass though? Sure. Like I could see Pittsburgh running the ball 50 times with Warren and Najee against that terrible Broncos front because Arthur Smith is Arthur Smith.
I wouldn't rule it out either. So yeah, I mean, if you feel sick about that matchup there, B Tom is fine. I'm not there with Sutton right now. I mean, I want to be. I liked him in the offseason, but I just can't do it. And it's not a good. I mean, I think the Steelers might just blow out the Broncos. Colts or Seahawks? I'm going to go Seahawks still because, the Colts have a good opportunity. They're an okay streaming option for sure, but the Seahawks are the actual better defense. Like the Colts defense is bad. They're just playing Malik Willis. So Boswell or Elliott? Might just be starting Chris Boswell until further notice here.
Yeah. Boswell in altitude. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if the Steelers are going to score any touchdowns this year. Start 2, sit 1. Kamara, Mason, Charbs. Gotta be Kamara, Mason here. Yeah. Not even close for me. Good to see you, Josiah. Warrior Loft, what's up? Good to see everybody. Thank you guys for joining in here. We're trying to get through every question. AJ Brown's ham meat was already messed up. I've never heard of a hamstring referred to as ham meat, but it's messed up, supposedly. Josiah, we got Ford, Swift, or Singletary? Ford for sure. Mahomes or Jaden Daniels? That's tough, actually.
I'm going Daniels if you want the upside. Just roll with Daniels. He could just run again.
If Daniels had like a normal or difficult matchup, then yeah, you probably just roll Mahomes. But because it's such a bad matchup, I think you go Jaden Daniels here. And
purely
the Bengals,
upside. If you want to be safe, you play Mahomes. If you want to get frisky, you go all in on Jaden.
And the Bengals were good against the quarterback position in week 1, but they played Jacoby Brissett. So I agree. We just take the upside, go Daniels. Okay, let's not think about it anymore. Pick 2, Monty, Worthy, Dell, or Neighbors. I would personally probably start Dell and Neighbors, but there's really an argument for anyone here. Neighbors is either going to have like 16 plus fantasy points or
yeah, it does.
I do have a small concern because I've watched so many NFC East games that involve the Commanders over the years that we might just actually get the opposite in this game, and for some reason both offenses can't figure out how to score. But I think everything's going to be okay here. So I go Neighbors and I go Dell. I think you get the most upside that way and safer floors that way too. Hoping Kyler does great. I'm starting Kyler over Burrow, like you said. Daniels is on waivers. Don't leave not Jaden Daniels, but Daniel Jones. Leave Daniel Jones on the waiver.
Send him to the sun.
Yeah, he can hang out there. I think Swift will be good once Caleb gets it together. I sure hope so.
If Caleb gets it together.
Yeah. Find out. Full PPR. I don't have Kyron. Who do I drop? A kicker, Corum, or Demarcus Robinson? Wait. Who do I drop of a kicker? Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. You got to drop one person. You don't have Kyron, so Corum. Okay. So I think you need to get a kicker. So Corum, Robinson has more value right now. Starting Andrews over Likely one more week. If Likely does better, I'm assuming he's the new number 1. I would also assume that owning Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely is probably like the worst thing possible. So, but yeah, that's fine with me. Start 2, Pacheco, Connor, Mason. Oh, see, this is another tough situation. Talking again about having studs in front of Mason. The matchups for Pacheco and Connor are just like light years better. You've got 2 bottom 10 units and a bottom 3 unit in the Rams if we're going off of week 1 against the run here. And the Cardinals as well as the Chiefs are at home. I go Pacheco and Connor. Otten or Ertz? I would go Ertz. I just don't have any faith in Otten. Full PPR, Lockett or Demarcus Robinson. I will personally start Demarcus Robinson. Better game script, better matchup. Give me Robinson. See what Lockett holds this week. He looked fine.
Yeah, McVay's got a full week to game plan his ride. Like, we're gonna see a little less Cooper Kupp and more of the other guys. McVay, when he has a week to prep guys, it's in-game stuff that's a little bit harder.
Tyler Johnson, another guy who could end up being very involved. Find out. Question: Luke Schoonmaker or Taysom Hill? That's my question to you guys. Schoonmaker or Hill? Let me know. Unless you're Shane, because I'm playing you in that league, Dynasty League. All my tight ends are on IR. Rashee Rice or IU can half PPR. Rashee Rice for sure. I mean, IU's gonna be better this week. But
yeah,
Rice. All right, JL at the bottom of the chat. Thank you for the super chat. Please pick 2 running backs and 2 wide receivers and a flex. Henry, Robinson, Connor, Najee, Chase, Cup, Olave, and the Lizard Man. That's Lazard, by the way. I will go Henry and Robinson at running back. Easy. Chase and Cup. Easy. And the flex, Olave's fine, but I like James Conner a lot. I'd probably go James Conner in the flex here. So Henry, Robinson, Cup, Chase, Conner. Olave, just Olave.
Yeah.
I think if it was a better matchup, I'd just say, yeah, like we're still rolling Olave out there. But it's another bad matchup this week. Yes, the Panthers, not a good matchup week 1, believe it or not, for wide receivers. So, all right, thank you for the super chat, JL. Let's try and speed run. Sorry, guys, I woke up very late today by accident. My alarm didn't go off. But I like the last minute vibe of the stream. I feel so panicked. All right, Kyler, A-Rich or Fields? A-Rich. Scrambling for tight end to start. Atkins, interesting in that system. Yes, I do agree that Atkins is another last minute grab. Ertz, or if you're debating Ertz or some other bum. Thank you, Cats. B-Rob or Charbs? B-Rob for sure, Vic. Boys, I'm freaking out. Ingram out. Do I roll with Kraft, Henry, or Atkins? Not Kraft because Love is not playing. I do think Atkins is, we saw him get involved right away and was fine last week. So Atkins, Schoonmaker, Ertz are probably the guys I look at. Henry, I don't know. I don't trust that offense. Don't trust the brisket. Start B-Rob or Cooper. In half PPR, give me B-Rob. Still think Shaheed will produce more than all those guys, but maybe Jacoby. I mean, I still like Shaheed a lot. I think there's volatility. Connor or London in the flex. Give me Connor. Not out on London, but give me Connor. Deontay or a Broncos running back or pick up Dortch. Full PPR, I'll just roll the dice with Deontay. Okay, good discussion. Sit one in standard. Kyron, Gibbs, Mason. Once again, you start your studs. You start Kyron and Gibbs. I mean, Mason's still a stud, but you're just looking at 2 better matchups for the other guys. It's a big dilemma, I think. Cowboys or Chargers? I go Chargers defense. What's up, Ray Gamer? Good to see you. Starting Kyler, Chase, Dell, Etienne, Mason, Ramondre, Andrews, Lions, Tucker, benching Alan Lazard, Darnell Mooney, Isaiah Likely. Looks good to me. Tyler says, I think you missed my super chat. Oh, I did. No. Sorry. I wish you hadn't sent a second one. Cooks or Reed? I'm going Reed personally. Cooks is still a good start this week, but I'll take the upside in Jaden Reed, and I won't look back, even if Malik Willis
can't throw a football.
Is the one throwing the football. So sorry, Tyler. Thank you for the super chat. Pick 2 full PPR, Debo, Connor, Godwin. Started Reek and Kincaid, so I got to get this right. Debo and Godwin in full PPR. Good luck, Terry. Shoemaker looks real interesting. Yeah, I mean, I think he's fine, He's still a bit touchdown or bust. He's fine because the Cowboys use the tight end, but it's not a good matchup. So, gotta be desperate. Deontay or Javonte or Dortch. I still go Deontay. Is Garando a must-have? No, but he's a fine player to add as a handcuff for the short term being. But I would not call him a must-add. Because then we're just like, is Jordan Mason gonna get? It's like, okay, I hope not. Kirk or Demarcus Robinson? Terry, Kirk, or D-Rob? I go D-Rob personally. J-Dubs at the bottom of chat. Brian Thomas Jr. or London? I'm sticking with the thesis. Give me Drake London. But B-Tom's fine. That's tough, J-Dubs. I give me Drake London.
The Eagle secondary is trash. Come on.
It's bad.
It's bad.
Sorry, trying to speed run. J-Mo or Kirk? Give me the upside with Kirk. I like that matchup. 10-man full PPR start for Amon-Ra, Olave, Diggs, Kirk, Moore. I probably bench Christian Kirk because I'm mad at him. It's between Olave and Kirk. Kirk could see a big increase here. Something about the Jaguars. I'm worried about them. Starting Amon-Ra, Moore, Diggs for sure. Kirk, Olave. Yeah, if you want to go Kirk over Olave, I'm not against it. Shoemaker, Henry, or Atkins? I probably rank them Shoemaker, Atkins, Henry. What's going on, Joshua? Who'd you start between Purdy and Mayfield? Mayfield for sure. I'm on the Baker train. I might have started the Baker train. Purdy's still okay. Give me Baker. Who'd you start between Pickens and Worthy? Pickens for a floor, Worthy for upside. I'd probably take the upside personally. Two separate leagues, full PPR, Reed or Keenan. Reed. Keenan might not even play. Pittman or Kirk? I go Pittman. I like his matchup this week. What do you think of my lineup? Richardson, Bijan Gibbs, CD, London, Laporta, Moore. Looks good to me. Got a lot of good matchups sprinkled in there. I think CD will be good this week. Lattimore's hurt. Gus, Javonte, Robinson, start 2. Give me the Gus bus against a bad Panthers run defense and DeMarcus Robinson. Full PPR, Kirk or Randall Robinson. I mean, I'd probably just stick with the guy who we know can do it in Kirk, but Randall Robinson I really like. If you want to mix it up here, he's got a great matchup. He was as productive as Malik Neighbors in week 1. He's got upside. You want to risk it if you need upside, Randall Robinson. Little bunny hop at the bottom of the chat says, I love you, John. All caps. We love you too. Jordan Mason or James Conner? Give me James Conner. Call me crazy. Give me James Conner. Better matchup. Both are fine. Any tips on how I should trade up to a top tier running back? Have Neighbors, Shakir, DeMarcus Robinson, McConkey, Shaheed, and Jennings? None of these guys are going to help you get there. Top heavy. Yeah, none of these guys are going to help you get there except for maybe Neighbors. And then can you afford to trade him? I don't know. With A.J. Brown out, who should I start my second flex? Probably Ladd McConkey, but I think DeMarcus Robinson's okay too. Looking for a waiver wire advice in 10-team full PPR 2 flexes. Should I pick up Dowdle to stash and drop one of Chase Brown, Gus Bus, Mostert, or Caleb Williams? I mean, if you're fine at quarterback, you could drop Caleb Williams. But everyone else, you're pretty much comparing apples to apples. See how Connor does today. If Connor does bad, see how Gus Edwards does today. If he does bad, and then what are we going to do? It's the Panthers' run defense. Colts or Hawks? Hawks defense for me because they are better at football. The Colts are still a good stream, but they suck. Just playing Malik Willis. J-Dubs, good luck.
It's time. Made it. It's here.
Yeah.
Crunch time.
All right. I think we caught everything. Let's go.
Nice. We made it. Let's go.
Yes. All right. Good luck today, everyone. And I guess that does it. If you guys need anything throughout the day, just throw it out on Discord. Someone will get back to you. And we'll have Pete's panic video going live tonight. We'll have waiver wire ads and must start defenses and streams tomorrow. And then we will go from there for the rest of the week. Plenty of content rolling out all week long. So great stream today. Love you guys, man. Love this community. Love the Catch fam. Pete, I'll let you say bye, and then we will get on out of here.
Guys, yeah, check out the panic video tonight. Hit the like button, subscribe, all the content. Good luck to everyone who's not playing me.
That's right. All right, guys. Enjoy the day. Be safe. Good luck. Hope you guys all bring home a dub. With that, I'll say thank you guys so much for watching and or listening. And remember, you saw it here on the Catch. And Pete.